Hey Lexi, what are we talking about on this episode?
Dylan?
VIDJA games.
Let's get the conversation started. Hello and welcome to LexiCon. It is Maddie.
Lexi.
And Dylan.
And as I was planning out some episodes for this year, I saw a post on social media that pointed out there are a number of iconic video game franchises celebrating milestone anniversaries this year. And since we're all gamers more or less here, I thought, why don't we discuss them?
I'm a gamer! Yes.
You are a gay mermaid!
More or less. So where should we begin?
Oh, where does the
Do we just
list
start at
begin?
the beginning?
That's what I suggest.
Do I read them all off, or do we just go through them one at a time?
Let's do one at a time. Build a little suspense.
Alright, well, let's go back to some of the earliest days of video gaming history, certainly modern video gaming history. That fantastic year of 1986, which we got two of the most iconic video game franchises of all time. That's right, The Legend of Zelda and Metroid.
I love those games!
I don't think I've played either one.
You've played some Zelda.
Okay,
you haven't
that's
played
fair.
a Metroid?
No, I don't think so.
It's more likely I think it's more
I've
likely that a
drawn
more
both.
casual gamer would play Zelda than Metroid.
Yeah, Zelda's definitely a more popular game, but I feel like the
I mean, that's the classic.
They
I feel like
kinda
you
have
have to
similar
touch
blood.
it at least once.
kind of similar games, honestly.
I'm not suggesting that,
Like, I have no idea why Zelda isn't a Metroidvania, honestly.
especially Zelda 2.
Like, what's the real difference between a Zelda game and a Metroidvania? You go around, you get power-ups, you use those power-ups to backtrack and progress through the world.
But
It's
wait,
pretty much
let's be
the
clear
same.
about one thing. Zelda games are not role-playing games.
And they are not.
Not
Zelda 2, maybe.
Not in the well, to me, Zelda 2 is not either. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, none of that.
Zelda 2, at the very least, has role-playing mechanics. If you
Someone
don't
may have elements from role-playing games, but that does not make a game a role-playing game. Just because one has elements of a role-playing game does not make one a role-playing game.
Role-playing game... I feel like as long as it has RPG mechanics,
What's
that's all I put
funny
into
in my
RPG.
opinion, an RPG is role-playing game, and it makes sense. I know what the genre is, but then I talk about other games, and I'm trying to describe them, and it's like, it's a game, or you role-play, but it's not a role-play game.
Without the divorce, though, I feel like as long as you have the base mechanics...
Johnny always...
It's a role-playing game.
I mean, he's not so bad about it now, but for a while he was really hung up on the idea that, like, JRPGs, like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, etc., or even, like, D&D... That's not a role-playing game. Role-playing games are Roblox definitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got in some vehement arguments. I'm like, no, that's not. And it took me a while to realize that was his frame of reference.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, Final Fantasy is very clearly a role-playing game, Johnny.
They're so cute.
One of the best examples of a video game role-playing game, at least the early iterations
I'm
of
pretty
it.
I was going to say, like, a lot of conversations that I've been able to have people, their role-playing games, that's Toka Townie's that. A game where you're creating characters and role-playing as them and doing role-play stories.
I'm pretty sure the first place I actually saw Undertale was a Roblox RP game.
What
Okay.
about Undertale and Roblox?
Pretty sure that's where I first saw Undertale. Is it... And then I watched Jacksepticeye series around that time.
I had seen there were several YouTube videos about it, but they were just kind of in the periphery. And then
Yeah.
I had a subscription to Game Informer. We had a subscription to Game Informer at the time, and it was in a lot of their year in review section and talk about how it was sort of, it was a different kind of game, It wasn't spoiling too much, but it was like it brought unexpected things to the table. And
I think the first
it made me
time-
really curious about it, and then I saw you were watching somebody's. It may have been Jack's.
It was definitely Jacksepticeye. It was in Snowden. I
You
believe.
watched that so much.
In fact, I had seen the part where you first run into Papyrus outside of Snowden when you're trying to leave. And just from seeing that little bit, I thought, okay, I get it. This is the main villain of the game, and they're trying to trap you, and you have to get away from them.
I have a similar thing like that. In the Roblox role-playing game I played, there were two morphs that was different stack poses of Megaton EX or whatever. And for some reason, in my little 10-year-old brain, I saw them and I was like, oh, these must be like Jesse and James of Undertale that constantly pop up and have like silly antics.
But then after I watched just a little bit more of the video with you, I realized I was completely wrong and that we had to stop the video right then and there because we, in fact, needed to play this game.
Yeah.
Spoiled for us.
And now it's my favorite game of all time.
It is not my favorite game of all time.
It is such an amazing game.
It's not my favorite either, honestly.
When we did our top 10 way back in 2015, it was in my top 10. I don't know if it would be in my top 10 now, but The Legend of Zelda and its not direct successor, but its second successor, A Link to the Past, those would probably both be in my top 10.
Yeah. I
overlooked them at the
Zelda
time
games.
because we had not been playing a lot of Zelda, and there was a lot of recency bias for me, games that I'd been into at the time, but in the intervening years, I've gone back and played a lot. And the original Legend of Zelda was always one of my favorite games, and I still maintain it's probably the greatest Nintendo game of all time. Consider that. It came out in 1986 in Japan. We got it in 1987, but that's 2 years into the NES's life cycle here in the U.S. It's what, 3 years into the Famicom's life cycle when it
Something
releases,
like that.
and it's still, for my money, that's the best. It's not necessarily the most powerful, the most technologically advanced, but I still think it is pound for pound the best game on the NES.
I think my favorite.
It's not my personal favorite,
Yeah.
even though it's high on the list. Final Fantasy is my favorite.
Yeah, favorite would be Final Fantasy.
It's my favorite NES game.
That's a really great NES game.
But I think that Zelda is the best NES game. And
yeah,
like I have sort of an irrational hate for Super Mario Bros. 3, but I loved Super Mario Bros. 3 at the time. I just think Super Mario World far eclipsed it.
yeah.
But no, I maintain that the original Legend of Zelda is the greatest NES game. And I was a subscriber to Nintendo Power back in the day, and it was always near the top of the list. In fact, it was at the top of the list more often than not as far as the power rankings. And I think when they did their final list, it was ranked the greatest NES game of all time in the power rankings. I may be wrong about that, but that's how I remember it. And it was always near the top, like I say, for its entire run. So to me, that stands out as the best. And Link to the Past, I've seen, in fact, in Game Informer when they did their 300 greatest video games of all time, it was Link to the Past was number one.
Link to the Past.
I don't agree with that either, but I still think it's a great game.
My personal favorite Zelda game is A Link Between Worlds, the successor to Link to the Past. It is a very similar game to Link to the Past.
I remember when I first played A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo. I had rented it before I owned it, the Super Nintendo and the game, actually. But the thing that really hooked me is when you pull the lever in the Swamp Palace to release the water, then you have to go in the Dark World, and it allows you to traverse the dungeon. That sort of mechanic where you do something in one world and it affects another world.
That's cool.
To me, it was sort of mirrored to it in another way, but still similar in Chrono Trigger, where you do something one time period and it affects another. I like that sort of game mechanic. That really opened. And then, in more recent years, the proliferation of randomizers has really made the game incredibly replayable to me. Like, I always liked going back and playing it, and especially the original Legend of Zelda, but, when you can randomize them and do cross-roll randomizers, there's just so much you can do with them.
I'm not sure if Link Between Worlds has any, cross-world mechanics like that. There's sometimes where you have to, go through a crack from one world into another. Are you telling me that
you've been big up in this game the whole time, maintaining it's even better than A Link to the Past, and it doesn't even have the best mechanic in the game?
To be fair, that's used in, 2 places in Link to the Past.
It's used in multiple places. There's multiple places where you have to mirror from one to the other so you can get to a place.
Well, yeah, there are places kind of like that in Link Between Worlds where you have to go through a pull and keep, walking across the wall to get to a certain place. But there's nothing like you do something in one world and it directly affects the other world, I don't think.
Yeah, I think that's the only place you do it.
Yeah.
In A Link to the Past, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, this is...
There are 2 parallel dimensions, Hyrule and Lowell.
Not only do those 2 games belong on, the top 10 of their respective systems, not only are they both near the top of the list of video games, period, the franchise itself has got to be one of the top 10 franchises of all time.
Yeah.
The Zelda series. I mean, seriously, what... And I know, look, it's all subjective. It's art, and art is subjective, and it's all a matter of opinion. But, as subjective as you can get, or as objective as you can get with something like this, what else is going to be up there competing with it? I mean, the Mario franchise, of course. And depending on your purview, Metroid, Final Fantasy, Mega Man, as far as games from its era, more modern games, I don't know, because we're talking series, not individual games.
Undertale.
So, well, yeah, but Undertale's barely a series, if you consider Deltarune a successor to it.
I consider it a series, but yeah, they're kind of separate.
But I know things like Minecraft are super popular, but Minecraft's a single game.
Yeah.
I know there's tons of mods, and Stardew Valley, to a lesser degree, is very popular. It's a single game. So when we're talking franchises, I mean, it's a franchise that's still going strong 40 years later.
Yeah.
People are eagerly anticipating the next game in the series.
It is great.
And it's been there through all the different console generations. I mean, every Nintendo console, I think every Nintendo console has at least one, standout, unique Zelda game.
Yeah. You have the original and 2 on the NES. You have Link to the Past on Super
You have Link's Awakening on Game Boy.
Yeah, and specifically Game Boy Color has another Link's Awakening, I think. And the Oracle games.
The DS has several Legend of Zelda games. Well, Link Between Worlds is DS.
Yeah, that's 3DS.
Still, well, it's hard to
There's DS ones and there's 3DS ones.
But then you go to
game in 64. There's Ocarina of Time
and Majora's Mask.
GameCube, I think, has Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess also released on the Wii.
Skyward Sword is the
Skyward Sword.
And I know Skyward Sword has some issues, but I think a lot of that is like gameplay mechanics. I think story-wise, Skyward Sword might be the best Zelda game.
Yeah.
I think it has a really, really cool story.
It's really neat.
And then,
And
of course,
Wii U has Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, and then Switch. Well, technically, Switch had Breath of the Wild also, and then Switch 2 got Tears. Well, no, Tears of the Kingdom was the original Switch originally, wasn't it? It has a Switch 2 version, but Tears of the Kingdom is the original Switch still.
No, Breath of the Wild is the original Switch.
So is Tears of the Kingdom.
It does? As a
The
original Switch?
Switch 2 just came out last year. Switch 2 hasn't even been out for a full year,
yeah.
Dylan. Tears of the Kingdom's been out way longer than that.
Oh, yeah.
Switch 2 hasn't gotten its original Zelda game yet.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. If they never do an original Zelda game, well, yeah, no, because Echoes of Wisdom was the original Switch as well.
Yeah, it's got 3 games.
That's a really good overlooked Zelda game.
I hope they make a third Breath of the Wild style game to like a Triforce trilogy.
So this one could ignore everything in Tears of the Kingdom, which is ignored everything in Breath of the Wild.
I do really enjoy Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. They're probably like my second, third maybe.
Top 5 Zelda
I prefer
games.
Breath of the Wild though, honestly.
Top 5 Zelda games in no particular order. Link to the Past, and this is my top 5.
Yeah.
Link to the Past, the original, of course, The Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, Breath of the Wild, and I really like the Switch port of Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
That would probably be number 5 for me. And if I had to give an honorable mention, I'd probably go, and this is going to sound really bad, I'd probably go Echoes of Wisdom, just because, truth be told, I have not played a lot of the Zelda games. I played the early ones.
Kind of true.
I played the early ones and the later ones. I didn't play a lot of the middle ones.
Okay,
I moved away from Nintendo for a long time, and even when I got back to Nintendo, I wasn't necessarily sitting down playing that style of game.
My top 5: A Link Between Worlds, Breath of the Wild, Ocarina of Time, maybe, honestly.
Now, see, I have played Ocarina of Time, but in my defense, I was drunk the whole time I was playing it.
Did I play any
Then,
of
Link
Breath
to the
of
Past,
Wild?
Tears of the Kingdom, maybe? Huh?
Did I play any Breath of the Wild?
Maybe.
Is that the one that I ran around yelling about chickens?
Probably.
Okay.
I think we did, in early days of our Twitch channel, you and I did a Breath of the Wild stream. We started a new file, and you played some.
Breath of the Wild is really fun.
It's so much more fun than Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom is so much more... There's so much...
They're both really
There's a
good.
lot to do in Tears of the Kingdom, but it's way less relevant.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of side quests you can do in Breath of the Wild, but it all feels tied into the base game, and it just feels like a lot of Tears of the Kingdom is just a big sandbox game.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this really cool mech I made. It's awesome, but it has nothing to do with the game you're playing.
Yeah.
And I also hate the way that, like I say, it just sort of... It doesn't really retcon it, but it just ignores most of what happened in Breath of the Wild, which, to be fair, is not a problem unique to that game or games. It's a problem in all of modern media where, hey, we got something new, building on a beloved franchise. Remember everything we did before? Scrap that shit.
I think Tears of the Kingdom doesn't interact too much with Breath of the Wild because, like, hey, if there's someone's first Zelda game, but it's like, yeah, it's like...
But it needs to have some more connection to what... Since it's clearly a direct sequel. Like, I understand a lot of the Zelda games aren't direct sequels. They jump around in the timeline for whatever it is.
Like, every Xenoblade game, another Nintendo series, they're obviously, like, they're distinct enough you can play them, but they do very much call back to the previous
But since
game.
this is clearly the same kingdom with the same characters within just a couple of years, it needs to have more connection to what we just went through.
The Xenoblade games do it way better.
Maybe it's more than a couple of years. What is the timeline between the two?
A couple of years.
Well, isn't there one character who's like a kid in the first one and she's grown up in the second one?
It's not that long.
Okay.
At most,
I may be misremembering.
a little bit older.
I didn't think.
Oh
it was
wait, you're
too-
thinking of Pearl, aren't you?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
who
remember
used
the
like a machine who turned herself into a kid, but
Oh,
then
is that the case?
I think she turned herself back into an adult.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many Zelda games that look cool, but I never got around to playing.
Yeah.
So, but the ones I played are fantastic.
You should definitely play A Link Between Worlds. You hate on it a lot,
Super iconic series.
but it's really good. I promise you.
There's so many things that I don't like the art style of it. I don't like. It feels very handholdy. I don't like the renting.
It's
items
not
mechanic.
that hard. The ring items is something, but you still get items in the dungeons. These that don't help you progress. They're just upgrades. Like you get the Hylian shield, you get the blue tunic, you get double magic or whatever. You get Master Herb, which you use to upgrade your sword, all stuff like that. And there is some things like you need to do the desert dungeon before. No, you need to do Thieves Town before you can do the desert dungeon because you can't get the sand rod until after Thieves
I
Town.
feel like another name for this episode could have been Alex's Day Off. No, it's not. It's not. We're gonna get into series that she enjoys.
And the desert dungeon has like the Titan bit, which can help you pick up any big rocks and stuff.
And one last thing, one last thing I want to point out about the Legend of Zelda series, if nobody else has anything they want to say, is I do have a Legend of Zelda tattoo that I got for its 35th.
He does.
Yes,
I'm looking at it right now. Can't confirm.
No, 30th. 35th. No, 35th would have been 2021 because we did the game. So it may not. Was it for an anniversary?
It was for something.
Because 2016 would be 30 years.
Okay.
2017 would be 30 years in the U.S. Well, I got a Zelda tattoo one year during Zelda.
It's very lemon yellow.
And yes, we celebrate Zelda Month every year on our YouTube channel, where you may be hearing this, as a matter of fact. But if you're hearing the audio-only version of the podcast, youtube.com/@VidiocyTV. We play a lot of Zelda games over there. And at twitch.tv/Vidiocy as well. And some over on Dylan's channel. We should give it some love. youtube.com/@GabbyTGK. Speaking of youtube.com/@GabbyTGK, for a couple of years we celebrated Metroid Month in August, which is the year that Metroid originally released back in 1986.
Yes.
Following up, I think Zelda came out in February of 1986. And again, these are the Japanese release dates, the original release dates. We didn't get either game until... We may have gotten Metroid. No, Metroid wouldn't have predated Zelda here, would it have? We definitely got Zelda in 87. I'm not sure about Metroid. Metroid may have actually made it to the U.S. first. But I love the original Metroid on the NES. It's somewhere on my list of all-time favorite NES games. I know a lot of people like to shit on it, say it's outdated. But I think that's a very, very...
I love Metroid.
I think that's a very, very unfair thing to say, especially about something that's so early on in the life cycle of the technology that it represents. Because you got to consider... I know video games go back probably at least until the 70s, but real... mainstream video games would have been late 70s into the early 80s. 1986, we're barely into the infancy of the video gaming industry, and this was a remarkable achievement for the time.
I don't think it's bad at all.
And it's not like...
But I will say, it has... Out of all the Metroid games, it has probably aged the worst.
It's not like it's not like it's unplayable today.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
But yeah, I love the original Metroid. I know you love Super Metroid, which looks like a fantastic game.
Super Metroid is amazing.
Every time we do a crossword randomizer with it and Link to the Past, it looks amazing. But I missed the boat on that. It came out in 1994, and my Super Nintendo was broken for a large portion of that year. And to be fair, as much as I am nostalgic for the original Metroid, it's not my favorite game or my favorite style of game. So I would have been looking for other games. And by then, I was especially into either just sports games or RPGs. So I wouldn't have been checking for Metroid that much anyway. And honestly, I've played the original Metroid. I played Metroid on the Game Boy, Metroid 2, but that was only recently once it came to the online console on the Switch.
You played Metroid Fusion.
I played Metroid Fusion, which was good.
That's the first Metroid game I played.
A little too linear. And the...
yeah.
Is that the one with Dark Samus or the Sax?
The Sax.
The Sax wasn't... It was more regimented than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be one of the things where it could pop up anytime, but it's like it was only in specific spots.
Yeah, it is unfortunately a Game Boy game.
But still a fun game.
That thing terrified me when I first played the game.
But again, even with that, I played that during one of our Metroid months in the last few years. I didn't play it when it originally came out, so... I'm not nearly as big a fan of the Metroid franchise as you are. And I was going to play Metroid Dread, but somebody wouldn't let me. Because somebody had to be like, nope, first playthrough, I get to play it all. So I said, well, guess I ain't playing that.
Stream of that.
What?
The whole 8-hour stream of that, right, a bit. But
another...
Metroid Fusion was the first game I played on. I actually played on the Wii U, on the Virtual Console. But the Sax was terrifying me. Really fun, though. Maybe love Metroid.
I will argue that Metroid is not as iconic as the Zelda franchise, I don't think. And it also doesn't have the depth of games that the Legend of Zelda franchise has either.
Again, unfortunately.
Not the games aren't quality, but there's just not as many of them. It feels like, you're going to get a new Zelda game every couple of years. Metroid is a little fewer and further in between.
Metroid very often goes on, like, year-long droughts of no new content. There's, like... You get some games, but then sometimes you also have like 13 years without a new game. And it's like, what? Where's a Metroid?
Metroid does deserve a lot of props for having one of the early leading female protagonists in video games. And the revelation of Samus. Like, it wasn't...
Samus is one of my favorite
wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like, oh my god, I've been playing as a girl, I don't want to play this. But like, oh cool, it's a girl.
Yeah.
And, that's a big deal because even now I would say the vast majority of mainstream games would have male protagonists. I know, indie games and RPGs tend to sometimes favor female protagonists, but there's not as many out there as there are the males, so kudos to the Metroid series for bringing a female to the forefront. And in an untraditional female role, at least within the world of video games, you wouldn't expect this badass bounty hunter to be a woman.
Yeah.
I do wonder if they took a little inspiration from Leia's disguise as Boosh and
Maybe.
Return of the Jedi. That's 83.
There's obviously a lot of inspiration from the Alien movies.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and then there's another sci-fi franchise with the female protagonist in Ripley.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any of the Alien movies?
I have not.
I've seen the third one. I've seen at least parts of the second one. I don't know if I ever watched it all the way through.
I've never seen any of them. But there was such a long break in Metroid games that freaking Metroid Dread was the first mainline Metroid game since Fusion.
And of course,
Which was a Game Boy Advance game.
just this past year we got Metroid Prime.
Yeah, Metroid
4?
Prime 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, which Metroid Prime, I think, was it the original Metroid Prime? I think released at the same time as Fusion.
Yeah.
Then we had 2 and 3. And then no new Prime games either until just now with Metroid Prime 4. So, like, all the 2010s, there wasn't a Metroid Prime game. I think the latest Metroid game before Dread, like, semi-mainline one was Other M for, like, the Wii, which no one liked Other M.
I never played it.
And then, like, the 3DS had, like, Federation Force or whatever, which was not a mainline Metroid game.
Yeah.
You didn't get to play as Samus.
Wow.
There's just stuff like that. That's all Metroid got.
And of course,
Until the Metroid 2 remake, we got.
another thing in common between the Legend of Zelda series and the Metroid series, people get confused about the protagonist's name because, oh, you must play as Zelda in this. Oh, you play as Metroid in this, huh?
Even
Now, to be
I get
fair,
it.
That's probably less of a problem nowadays.
To be fair, well, you know what? It wasn't a problem when I was a kid either because we read the fucking instruction manuals.
Some people.
Because we had instruction
I'm sure
manuals
not
and there were
everyone did.
reasons to look. For one thing, they usually had like cool artwork in them and you got to learn the names of the enemies.
And if someone just heard from
and
the
you
series
learned
and hadn't
mechanics
played
from
it.
you learned about mechanics from the game.
But nowadays, games aren't named as often after the main character.
Or if you look too, I mean, Link's named in the opening crawl of the
Yeah.
original Legend of Zelda, and most of us who played the game originally read that. We were
Yeah.
interested in it.
But nowadays, it's not as commonly named after
To
the
me,
main
I
character.
think that's more not even casual gamers, but people who were just casually interested in video gaming. Period, like parents whose kids game but they don't really game, or people who see the stuff but aren't really involved in it, or maybe pick it up and just check it out, but then move on and more into other stuff.
But you don't play as Undertale in Undertale, you don't play as Xenoblade in Xenoblade.
Yeah, and I mean, look, to me, there are games like Super Mario Bros. You play Super Mario Bros. So I mean, I get it.
And Pac-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Though in Donkey Kong, you
Hubert.
don't play as Donkey Kong. In Donkey Kong, you play against Donkey Kong.
Yeah. You think anybody thought Mario was Donkey Kong in the original
Maybe.
Donkey Kong game?
Ah,
It's a me, a
go Donkey Kong,
Kong!
defeat that ape! Ah, but I love the Metroid game. Metroid Dread is so amazing. The final boss in Metroid Dread is one of my favorite final bosses in video games, period. It's just, like, all the final boss abilities are like yours, but way better. And with some more, because he can spawn suns and stuff. And
Like children?
no, like literal balls of fire. But they released an update that had Dread mode, which was a mode that is a one-hit mode. If you get hit at all, you die. Which I played through that, and the final boss was so fun. That dodging every attack. Subtle brag, I beat it. I beat the hardest mode. I know, I'm amazing.
Now we should point out too that Metroid and Zelda are not the only two iconic video game franchises that released in 1986.
Indeed.
Three more really, but it would start with two more classic NES titles. Kid Icarus,
Yes.
which is a series of games, but not nearly as much as a lot of the games
Yeah.
on this list. And Castlevania,
Yes.
which is another one kind of like Metroid that had a lot of games early on, but then has tailed off since.
Yeah, I know the most recent Castlevania game. I don't think it's gotten a game since... I don't think it's gotten a mainline game since, like, Order of Ecclesia back on the DS.
Now, Kid Icarus to me was never anything all that great. I know it was an early success on the Nintendo, but Kid Icarus was more important to me because he was one of the characters in Captain N.
Yeah.
Which is still one of my all-time favorite TV shows.
Honestly, I have played,
I
like,
don't-
2 minutes of Kid Icarus.
I'm not even sure if I played Kid Icarus as a kid. If I did, it was just an every now and then. I never owned it. And if it was a rental, it was just a once or twice rental.
I have not played Kid Icarus much
I didn't
at all.
own any of the Castlevania games as a kid, and I didn't even rent them all that much. But to me, those games were really iconic games of their time. They were always held up as some of the shining examples
Yeah.
of games on the NES. And I know a lot of people shit on Simon's Quest nowadays. And I'm sure even people who played at the time maybe had issues with it. But I still feel like that's a solid game. I feel like all three of the NES Castlevanias are very good games.
Honestly, a lot of my interest in Castlevania came from my interest in Metroid.
Yeah.
Because they are Metroidvanias. They spawned the genre.
Castlevania 2 is very much one of the original Metroidvanias. I mean, Metroid.
Symphony of the Night is the one that actually spawned the whole genre, but Castlevania 2 has the original.
2 is very similar.
Blood of Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, and it's very similar to the aforementioned Zelda 2.
Yeah.
And again,
that was an era where the second games of a lot of series were very different from the first.
To a degree. I wouldn't say that Castlevania 2 is very different from Castlevania. Gameplay-wise, it's very similar. But
it's an open world compared to just going level by level.
But you're still walking around whipping, you're still using your sub-weapons. Like, Zelda 2 is radically different from the original Zelda. And, of course, I'm sure most people who are into video games know the story of why Super Mario Bros. 2 is so much different than the original Super Mario
Metroid
Bros.
2 is quite different from other Metroids. You're hunting down Metroids instead of going through a place, making your way through, finding boss and stuff. It's all about hunting Metroids.
But like Samus still plays as Samus.
Yeah, it still plays generally.
Like if you look at,
but it is still quite.
If you look at both Zelda 2
and
and Super Mario Bros. 2, they're radically different in the way they play. Mario plays completely different in Mario 2 than he does in the original. And again, that's because they did make a second Super Mario Bros. That's very much like the original Super Mario Bros. But for whatever reason, they thought U.S. audiences wouldn't like it. They thought it would be too difficult for them. So they took another game, Doki Doki Panic, and reskinned it with the Mario characters and made it Super Mario Bros. 2.
Yeah.
Which, look, I love Super Mario Bros. 2. It's a very fun game, but it's very...
Introduce Shy Guy.
It is very... Yeah, I have 3 Shy Guys tattooed on me.
Yeah.
Very different than the original Super Mario. And Zelda 2 is very different from the original Legend of Zelda. Which, I mean, as many people rightly point out, back then... Okay, it was a sequel. It was the second game in a series. We didn't necessarily expect every game to look exactly the same. There weren't that many sequels back then. There weren't video game series, really, at that time.
Yeah.
So, of course, it's like, oh, this is the new version of this. We get it. And I think Zelda 2 is a really good game. I know some people shit on it, and I know we're talking about Castlevania right now, but just like Castlevania 2, I think the original Zelda, I think Zelda 2 is a very good game.
You can kind of see in, like, the Switch era of games, them kind of changing up more, like... The second games did before, that people are complaining about the second games being so different, but then in the Switch era, they brought games, like, they changed up games a lot more. Maybe not so much in Mario, but, like, Breath of the Wild is radically different from any other Zelda game that came before.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're talking like a 3D Mario versus a 2D, well, I know some of the...
Odyssey is definitely similar to some more
Some of the
Marios,
traditional Marios are now maybe 3D, like 3D World, but yeah, I mean... For the most part, there's not a lot of difference in the Mario games, unless you're talking a spin-off like Mario Kart or Mario Party.
All the collectathons of Mario, they weren't fully open world before. They had levels. This is the first truly open world. Yeah. I mean, if you want to count the specific areas as levels, but the whole worlds with different collectibles. You don't go into a painting and do a specific thing.
I know we were supposed to be talking about Castlevania, but now you brought up, have y'all seen the new trailer for the Mario Galaxy movie?
I have not.
Maybe bits of it. I don't recall seeing.
I've seen a bit here and there.
There's a lot of Super Mario Odyssey in the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah. It seems there's a lot of different Mario games.
Yeah. Well, we won't talk. I won't say any more. I'll let y'all watch it before I say any more about it.
Yeah.
There's a bit of Super Mario Odyssey in there, which I found interesting. But back to the games that we were talking about.
Let's get through Kid Icarus a bit. I feel before talking about. I have a lot to say about Castlevania.
I was done with Kid Icarus.
Oh, okay.
I love Kid Icarus, and I guess the character's name is actually Pit, and I'm not sure I don't remember if they call him Pit or if they call him Kid Icarus.
I think they call him Kid Icarus.
In Captain. I think they do, because that's what I always thought his name was. Because, again, I didn't play that game very much. There's another example of a misnamed protagonist.
I love Captain N, but they did not play any of the games. For that show.
I get it, but at the same time, we didn't have a bunch of video game adaptations. This is what we had, and it's still fun, and it still feels like it captures the spirit of video games, and it's a fun representation, even if it's not.
How many Kid Icarus games are there? Like 2 now?
There's at least 3.
3?
Yeah, there's at least 3.
Were there 2 early ones?
2 early ones?
I know there's the original, and then there's the more modern one that I think Sakurai made after, he brought back Kid Icarus, he brought back Pit for Smash Bros. Brawl. They're like, hey, Sakurai, want to actually make a Kid Icarus game, considering this character hasn't gotten a game for like 2 billion years?
There's only 2 listed on the Wikipedia page, but it only lists, this is like a sidebar that lists first release and most recent. So the most recent one was 2012.
Yeah.
I was thinking there was one in between them.
Is that made by Sakurai?
Shit. I'd have to click on the link to find out. Kid Icarus Uprising.
They did something by Sakurai.
Developer was Project Sora. Masahiro Sakurai.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what Kid Icarus... I knew it was a classic, in quotes, Nintendo game, but it's not one I ever really got into that much. But you know what? I will say, anytime I played it, and even going back now and playing it, it does give me those old school classic Nintendo feels. It feels like a game of that era, and that's a great era in video games.
Honestly, I think the only reason anyone cares about Kid Icarus in the modern age is because of Smash Bros. If it wasn't brought back with Smash Bros. Brawl and Sakurai making a new game, no one would be talking about Kid Icarus today.
I care about Kid Icarus because of Captain N. He was my favorite character in Captain N. Well, maybe Captain N was.
You would not find on that list if all this didn't happen.
Isn't a secret, I've said it before, but one of my first crushes was on Princess Lana in Captain N.
Yeah.
I really had a thing for her.
Yeah.
I was disappointed to find out she was made up just for the show. I couldn't go play as her or save her.
Apparently it had comics where Samus was actually in them, and she was a love interest for Captain N. Ridley.
Yeah, oh god. Speaking of Castlevanias, we were too. Simon is kind of goofy in.
Oh, god, I think Alucard is in it too, and he's like a freaking skater kid or something.
Maybe.
That's based off Captain N 3 Alucard, technically, because Symphony of the Night wasn't out yet, but still.
Symphony of the Night is a fantastic game.
Symphony of the Night is amazing. It is so beautiful, too. It is one of the best pixel
radically
games
different
ever.
than the Castlevania games that came before it.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
So amazing. Is the best Pixar I think I've seen in a game, honestly. It's so beautiful. I love that game. It has lovely RPG mechanics. It spawned the Metroidvania genre
officially.
Yeah.
As we've said, it's not really the original.
Yeah. But it's really the spawner of the Metroidvania genre. They're like, yo, this is like Metroid. It's a Metroidvania.
And then, of course, there was Castlevania 4 on Super Nintendo, which is kind of just a remake of the original Castlevania.
Castlevania 3 is fun, too. It's very hard.
Yeah, I mentioned the original NES Castlevanias.
It's the hardest of the original 4, I think.
But I would put, as far as the, and of course I came up I started with Atari, but NES was really my first big video gaming system. I mean, don't get me wrong, I played a lot of Atari, but obviously games expanded with the advent of the Famicom and then the NES. But, I mean, Castlevania, Zelda, Mario, those are like some of the... Mega Man, those are like the classic NES series.
Yeah.
And then you have some more classic games like Final Fantasy or Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
Blaster Master. But yeah, I mean, Castlevania, Mario, Mega Man, Zelda. I mean, you can't even say Metroid is a series because there's only one game on it, but Metroid itself is the classic, is one of the pillars of the NES.
And then there's the Metroidvania games after Symphony of the Night. They're really good too. I don't think you've played any of those.
No, I haven't played much Castlevania.
But like, not Bloodlines. That's the Genesis one.
I like the Genesis one. It's good.
But like, Area of Sorrow is really good. That's the one where he plays the reincarnation of Dracula.
Is Bloodlines the Genesis one, or is Rondo of Blood the Genesis one?
Rondo of Blood is the one with Victor.
Okay. That doesn't tell me what era it is.
It's not Genesis. I think it's PlayStation or whatever. Or something else.
It's later?
Well, I think it's NES and PlayStation or something.
Well, I know there's one, too, that there was, like, the Japanese version, and then they did a port to the NES, like Castlevania Dracula X.
Yeah, that's Rondo of Blood.
Okay.
That might be SNES. I don't know.
That's SNES, yeah.
Yeah. Then Bloodlines is the Genesis one. With Eric Lacard and...
Bloodlines and Rondo of Blood are both really solid games.
Yeah. And then there's... What is it? Portrait of something?
I'm not sure. I'm not...
It's the DS game where you play as the son of...
Definitely not familiar with the DS game.
The character in Bloodlines. It's a sequel to Bloodlines. It's really interesting. You get to play as two characters.
There are 2 DS games that I've played, and I think they're so much better than the series that they actually come from.
What games?
Mario Party and My Sims. To be fair, My Sims DS is absolutely nothing like any other My Sims game. I don't know why they made DS was
DS
different.
is a solid little console.
Oh, it is. I miss mine.
Is.
It's so good.
That's what it's called. But, and the character name is John Morris in Bloodlines, isn't it? Because, like, Jonathan Morris or whatever in Portrait of
And, of course, we should shout out really quickly the Castlevania DLC and Vampire Survivor. Which Vampire Survivor itself is a game sort of based off of Castlevania. Or
Heavily inspired by Castlevania.
But now they have, actual Castlevania properties, characters.
They made that DLC so huge and then updated it and added more stuff on top of it. You can tell how much they love Castlevania.
About time for a new Vampire Survivors update. I'm waiting for that Cuphead Vampire Survivors update or the Mega Man Vampire Survivors update.
Yeah, probably my favorite non-Symphony of the Night is Area of Sorrow. There's also Dawn of Sorrow, a sequel to it.
I would want Aria, but okay.
Aria, I don't know how to pronounce shit, okay. But the last one, I think, was Order of Ecclesia, which you play as Shinoa or whatever. I believe, not the first female protagonist at Castlevania game. That would be in Castlevania Legends, I think, for the Game Boy. But that game is non-canon. But yeah, she's pretty cool. And then the creator of all those games would later leave Konami because every good creator left Konami, and then make the Bloodlines games, which are the successor to Castlevania, which are really fun. I like Curse of the Moon and what was it?
Oh yeah, Bloodstained.
Yeah, that's what.
Isn't it just Bloodstained and then Bloodstained Curse of the Moon?
It has it's Ritual of the Night. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Okay. We should also shout out too. There's a fan rebuild of the original Castlevania.
Yeah.
Castlevania revamp. That is a fantastic game that turns into much more of a Metroidvania in the style of.
It's really fun.
Well, to a degree, Castlevania too, but of course, Symphony of the Night.
Castlevania Lives On is not in any official games.
Of everything I've ever played, Castlevania Revamped is actually my favorite.
Yeah. What? I mean, Castlevania is getting like some. It has gotten some Netflix series at least.
Yeah.
Which are popular. What's the last game it even got?
Of Castlevania? An official game? I don't know.
I think it had like some mobile game or something.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yes, the Dominus Collection. Thanks. Yes, it's getting it's in collection hell right now.
Yeah.
The last full game, Lords of Shadow 2, technically in 2014.
I was gonna say I probably could tell you that because it did have
the Lords of Shadow games are. Well, there's also Haunted Castle Revisited as part of the Dominus Collection or whatever.
Collection is listed as the most recent release.
Haunted Castle Revisited is a game in the Dominus Collection because there was like this one Castlevania Haunted Castle, and it got remade in the Dominus Collection, like, and spruced up or whatever.
Yeah, there is also a Castlevania animated series. It's pretty good.
Yes, we never finished those.
Definitely not.
And it's got a new one, Nocturne.
Definitely not made for kids, but definitely worth a watch if you're a Castlevania fan.
But yeah, there's the Lords of Shadow games, which are spin-offs. But Mirror of Fate is actually interesting. The people who made Mirror of Fate, Mercury Steam, that game is a Metroidvania, and it was for the 3DS. And seeing that actually got them close to Nintendo, and let them make the Metroid 2 remake, Samus Returns. And then, because of that game and Mercury Steam, that's how Metroid Dread got made. So these series are very closely tied, not just in genre, but even the most current game is because of Castlevania.
Wow. Alright, well, all these games we've talked about so far are celebrating their 40th anniversary of existence, but there's one more game that's celebrating its 40th anniversary that I think we need to mention, or one more game series. Obviously, the original game would be celebrating, and that's the Dragon Quest series.
Dragon Quest!
Which, of course, I knew originally as Dragon Warrior when it was released on the NES. And I think that's a fantastically fun little role-playing game. But when I never got that far in, it would be another couple of years before I really got into role. I really wanted to be into role-playing games. Games like Ultima. But I don't know. They just didn't quite hook me, at least the NES versions of them didn't. But Dragon Quest did. I just never really had the time to sit down and focus on it like I would a couple years later once Final Fantasy came out. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Final Fantasy was just a little easier to get into than Dragon Warrior was. But I'd love to go back and play the original Dragon Warrior / Dragon Quest. I have a port of it, but it's all the graphics and everything are updated, and it just doesn't have the same feels as that original game did. But a lot of times when I talk about things from my youth, I talk about things that really captured my imagination, and because that's what it is. You'd see something and just spark all these ideas and these feelings and these thoughts within you, and maybe what you're seeing isn't quite fully realized, but you kind of realize it in your own mind, and that's that's how that game made me feel.
Yeah.
And beyond that, I played almost nothing in the series.
I've played very little. It seems very interesting.
Well, yeah,
I played Time Bear, the first one.
And of course...
I played like a demo of the most recent one.
Of course, famously, I don't know if it's the team directly behind that game, but the team from Enix helped create Chrono Trigger. It was the Dream Team collaboration with Square Enix and Akira Toriyama.
And now they all just Square Enix.
And of course, Toriyama did the art for much of the Dragon Quest games.
Yeah.
The late Akira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball. I would like to play the 2D HD remakes.
Yeah, they all seem really cool. I want to play the most recent Dragon Quest game, honestly.
Like I said, I want to go back and play the HD 2D remakes.
Hero in Smash Bros. Is such a fun character.
So many of these characters we've talked about are like Smash Bros. Stars at this point.
Yeah, a lot of video games on Smash Bros. I love Smash Bros.
Another Smash Bros. Character celebrating his 35th anniversary is now not a Nintendo character, at least not originally, but Sonic the Hedgehog, the erstwhile mascot of Sega.
The enemy to Nintendo originally.
I'm not a big fan of the Sonic games.
The games are fine. I really enjoy the characters, though. And just everything with them. And the comics are really cool.
I had a Sega Game Gear, which was Sega's portable. Its answer to the Game Boy, and it was better than the Game Boy. It was in color. It was backlit. It had
probably died before the Game Boy.
Adapter.
There made things better.
Unfortunately, I don't have my Game Gear anymore. I sold it to buy a desk chair and some office stuff from my desk. But I still have my copy of Sonic the Hedgehog, and this is a game I actually played a bit on my Game Gear. This and Joe Montana Football were the main two games I had, and I liked it fine. But as far as the main console games, like, I can appreciate a game that plays fast, but I feel like there's so much to look at and be interested in Sonic, I'd like to be able to take my time in the levels more.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about Mario. I can play through a level fast, but there's times I like to take my time and find a little secrets in it and just enjoy the music and the artwork and whatnot, and I feel like I lose a lot of that in Sonic.
Gameplay, I definitely prefer Mario, but just like design and characters and all that, definitely Sonic. I mean, he has Super Sonic. That's cool as fuck.
I will say, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is probably the best video game adaptation movie that I've seen so far.
Yeah.
In my
I've heard
opinion.
Sonic 3 is really good too.
I feel like Wreck-It Ralph is the best video game movie, but it's not a direct adaptation of one particular game. I feel like Sonic 2 gets the closest to its source material.
We need to see Sonic 3, really.
Sort of the anti-Captain N, even though I love Captain N.
I haven't honestly played that many Sonic games. Beaten even less.
And you tend to like some of the Sonic games that people don't like Sonic and the Black Knight.
Oh, I love that game.
Stuff like that.
And Secret Rings. I love the storybook games.
Honestly, I played more of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Black Knight definitely plays way better, but both are really fun. Love those games. And Sonic Generations. A lot of people love Sonic Generations, but that's a really fun Sonic game.
Lexi, anything to say about Sonic?
Not a whole lot. I haven't... Honestly, if I've ever played any of the, like, actual regular Sonic games, I have no memory of it. What's that one Sonic game we used to play? I think PlayStation 2? The racing one? Maybe it wasn't PlayStation 2.
Oh, Sonic Riders?
That one?
I love Sonic Riders.
That was fucking amazing.
The one with like the hoverboards?
Yes.
Yeah, I love Sonic Riders. My copy of
Exactly.
it is broken.
I know. I knew we didn't have it anymore, but yeah, that's like the most
It'd
Sonic
be
I've ever
so
played.
awesome if they remade Sonic Riders.
They should. What's that new one they just did? What it's
Cross
called?
Walls. It has the
Cross Walls.
hoverboards and stuff.
Yeah.
It just doesn't play
Oh,
the
it
same.
does. I've played as Miku on a hoverboard.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. Honestly, that Miku's in it
definitely.
and she has one of the hoverboards.
That is awesome. It's not Riders, but it is awesome.
Both my profile picture and my Roblox avatar are actually a Sonic character. Tangle the lemur from the comics. She originates from the IDW comics.
Nice.
The IDW comics are actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I haven't read that much of them.
Are they connected with the Mega Man comics?
No, those are the Archie comics.
Sonic's connected to Archie, or Mega Man's connected to Archie?
The Sonic Archie comics.
I love Archie.
I think the Mega Man comics are also Archie, but we don't have the Archie Sonic comics now. Now it's the IDW Sonic comics.
But there is a Mega Man Sonic comic.
Yeah, there's a crossover. And Mega Man had its own line of comics, which seemed really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of them about like Pro Man, but that's it. I don't know if I still have it. But yeah, the IDW comics are really cool. I really like that Tangle and Whisper is another character in them. They're always together. They're really cool characters. I really like them.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of the Sonic character, though, has been fleshed out in cartoons and comics and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's not really in the games anywhere. Now, I'm not saying it's in none of the games, and certainly maybe not
It's in the later games.
in later games, but I feel like a lot of that wasn't really built through the games themselves.
The original games didn't have a lot of dialogue or anything.
Well, you don't necessarily have to have dialogue. Like, I feel like Mario is a character.
Well, I mean, you definitely get a lot of that cool guy persona in the earlier games with
Well,
Sonic.
That's all I'm saying. Is I feel like a lot of the character of Mario comes through in the games, and any characterization of them just kind of build off that. And I feel like a lot of Sonic is built through other media, more so than the games, where he runs fast in the games.
He's a cool guy who protects nature. I'm not sure if... Did the chili dog thing even come from the games, or did that come from one of the cartoons?
I assumed it was
Like, is it mentioned in a manual or something?
I'm-
Because, like, you definitely don't see him eat a chili dog in Sonic 2 or
I
anything.
wasn't a Sega kid, like I say. I didn't get my Genesis until I was like 15.
Yo, speaking of the Sonic shows, it's not a very good show, probably, but I love Sonic Underground.
Yeah.
Is it a good adaptation? No. Is it amazing? Yes.
That's the one that they never finished, though, right? They never found their mom.
Nah, yeah,
They never
they didn't.
finished that, damn.
So see, it can't be good if they didn't live up to their vow.
Like, no,
They
the Sonic
made a
show is
vow
best.
they weren't going to keep.
Let's see, there's the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, then there's just Sad AM, I think it's referred to, which is a Sonic the Hedgehog. Then there's Sonic Underground, then you also have Sonic X. There's a lot of Sonic TV shows. I think Sad AM connects a bit more to the Archie comics, which
Okay.
I never read.
Yeah.
Except for that one crossover, I guess. But I read because that was a Mega Man comic, not a Sonic comic.
I was going to say Sonic Frontiers. No. What's the Sonic racing game you just got for Christmas?
Crossroads.
That's a very inferior Mario Kart clone.
Pretty much every racing game is nowadays.
It is, and there's ones that are worse, don't get me wrong. Like Kirby Air Riders.
I have not played that yet,
But
but it seems fun.
it was disappointing. Like, oh, you got all these characters, but the game sucks.
I like the characters at least.
Alright.
And Tango and Whisper are coming soon, which makes it amazing.
Well, should we, aren't they already in the game?
No, they're coming soon. They come to, it's like
They're
February.
displayed already in the game.
Yeah,
It's
but
coming
the
soon.
the
I thought I'd
release
seen them.
February or something.
Alright.
This is February.
Alright,
The
well,
release sometime this month.
so let's see. That means Sonic came out in 1991. If it's celebrating its 35th anniversary. How about some games that came out in 1996 that are now celebrating the 30th anniversary?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure I was going to have a lot to say about this one. Persona.
Totally.
Yo, Persona!
What is it?
Isn't it Persona?
Isn't
I
it
thought it was
Persona? Whatever.
what is it? Shin Megami Tensei?
Yeah, isn't it a spin-off of those?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was actually just reading or watching something related to it the other day, but I have no memory of what it was.
I have played one Persona game, and I have not even finished it, because me and my girlfriend were playing it together, but then we took a break to play the entire Assassin's Creed series, and we have not continued playing the Assassin's Creed for a while,
Persona first ended up on my radar because of the controversy in, what is it, number 3?
I guess.
When they assume their forms by shooting themselves in the head.
Oh, yeah. I think that's 3.
I think
It's
it's
3 or
3.
4.
I know 5 is the one that you and I have played some.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's a very long game,
I've heard a
though.
lot of good things about the series. They're really good role-playing games.
Yeah, I also got the newer version, Persona 5 Royal, on PC to play, and it's still, they haven't made it that far.
Nothing wrong with being long, though, especially for an RPG.
Yeah.
I know something like Chrono Trigger is surprisingly short at like 14 to 16 hours.
Yeah.
But, there's nothing wrong with the 40 to 70 hour RPG if
Yeah.
you're into it and it's done well.
They're definitely fun games and very interesting, but I honestly don't have much to say about it.
And, of course,
And guess
Joe-
what? They're also in Smash
I was
Bros.
going to say Joker from Persona 5.
I think everything
also
on this
shows
list
up
is in Smash
Bros.
Bros.
Nice.
Well, another one that shows up in Smash Bros. And that Alex may actually have something to say about is Pokemon.
Pika
First
Pika.
released in 1996.
Is that all you have to say about it?
Yep.
You guys say Pika Pika and then stop talking?
Yup. No, I love Pokemon. To be fair, I've never completed any of the main series
Who's your favorite
games.
non-Pikachu?
Ooh. I'm not sure.
Is not the Mimikyu.
I do like Mimikyu. What's that other little electric mouse little guy?
There's one every game. Which one do you mean?
The one that also has the black and
The
purple
one that starts
version.
with the D.
Oh, I forget his name.
Also,
The one from Sword and Shield.
I'm suddenly blanking on what its name is too. The little like chinchilla looking one.
Yeah, that's
Oh god, there was a whole event in Pokemon Go for them
Yes.
early on in
What's
the
the
game.
one that is it the same one or is it a different one that every time it evolves it's just expanding its family?
that's a different one. The
Yeah, which one is
Mousehold.
that? Yeah, whatever. I
Oh,
like
I
that
love
one
that
too.
one.
Yes.
Those are a surprisingly strong Pokemon with the right build.
Adorable. Family is strongest, huh?
That is such a doll. Every evolution has more family members.
Yeah.
That is quite. I love that one. So honestly, yeah, that's from Scarlet
Also,
and Violet. Scarlet and Violet are not the greatest games, but they are some of the better Pokemon games. Honestly,
Sylveon.
Now, I will
Yeah,
say,
I love Sylveon.
Yeah.
I know Pokemon may not be as respected amongst hardcore gamers, unless they grew up playing it when they were kids, but I would list Pokemon as one of the most iconic video games.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
Isn't it one of the most selling medias in the world or something?
Something like
Possibly,
that.
but that would also include,
Yeah.
Everything
the
else.
TV shows and the cards.
Yeah.
It's a
Definitely
card
the
game, too.
Cards, yeah.
Actually,
It's one of the biggest
love the
things in the
cards.
world.
does the video game or the card game predate the other one?
The video game.
The video
Okay.
game definitely does?
Yeah, it's the video game, and then the anime and the card game came there.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've never actually completed a main series games. I know I've played White and Ruby or something. One that was on, like, I think it was kind of clear, but it was a red Game Boy cartridge. I know that.
That's Ruby. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
Yeah, I know
That's
I've
the first
technically
one I
played those.
played.
I've maybe played some of the other odd and end ones.
Have you not played X?
I'm not sure.
You got that with like
I know,
for
but I'm not
Christmas,
sure I ever
like, with
actually
your
played
2DS.
it.
And then you proceeded to get like
played-
the next 2 Pokemon games too.
We did that for quite a few years.
Yeah, but then it's Scarlet and Violet.
It's actually
Sorry.
really close. The original Pokemon games released on February 27th, 1996. The card game released in October of 1996.
Damn.
And actually, Pokemon Blue didn't release until October of 1996.
Yeah, the American version of Blue or the Japanese version.
It's Japanese.
Because in Japan it was red and green.
It was red
with
and green, yeah.
Blue coming later as like an updated version.
Yeah.
And also yellow. But in America, just red and blue, and then you just got yellow later. There was no green in America.
No green ever?
Interesting.
Not until the remakes where it's fire red and leaf green.
Interesting.
I will say I played, what is it? Fire Red's the one we played on Vidiocy, right?
Probably.
With Mr. McGiggles.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Wait, that was Mr. McGiggles? Wasn't Mr. McGiggles a Sceptile?
Yeah.
So wasn't that Ruby?
Oh, maybe it was. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Fire Red's the original with Charmander.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I was going to say, though, it was fun, but I do feel like, obviously, it wasn't as hardcore as some role-playing games.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But also, I feel like it was a little unfocused, where I always assumed going in that the goal was to catch them all.
That is a side goal.
It's a side goal, but there's an overarching story, and it's like, you really don't have to catch them all to accomplish the story. So I felt like I wish it was a little more focused on either catching them all or really building into the story more. And I thought, there would be more player versus player battles. And I know in some of the later games there's way more of that.
It's a very optional thing.
And I also assumed that when you battled them, you got to take their Pokemon. That should have been a mechanic in it too.
There is a game where you can catch
Yes, I know.
the other Pokemon.
The arena one or whatever.
Yeah, one of the... I think it's like the GameCube one.
It looks fun.
I have not played it.
The other ones that I've played, I played Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap is one.
Yeah, we have the Pikachu 64.
Yeah.
Let's Go Pikachu. That one, I was talking about that on a stream
I have
the
not
other
played
night.
that often.
I love that game, but
Johnny
specifically,
was playing Let's Go Eevee the other day.
I think
Nice.
the Gen 3 remakes are better than those.
But no, I really like that one, and I remember I used to.
The Gen 3 remakes of Gen 1.
I used to be able to come home from work, and I'd have a soda from work, and I'd have some gummy bears, and I'd just sit there with my soda and my gummy bears playing Let's Go Pikachu. No, and some of the mobile games,
When life
obviously.
was full of joy and whimsy.
Oh,
I can't play some Let's Go Pikachu. I got my soda. I got my
You know, she said she was coming home from work, but she wasn't 4.
I think I was a little adult by then. Anyway.
Get home from your 9 to 5 and just go, yeah, joy and whimsy.
From my 9 to midnight. Anyway. No, and in the mobile games, obviously we mentioned Pokemon Go, but also, was it Pokemon Crest? The one where they're like all cubed?
Oh yeah, I like that one.
And Magikarp Jump?
Yeah.
And
Personally, I play
maybe
Pokemon
some
Smile.
others. Also, wait, I have to mention Pokemon Art Academy. The only Art Academy game I think I ever got, but that game taught me how to do base shapes and shading. Like, I would not be the somewhat artist I am nowadays if it wasn't for Pokemon Art Academy.
Yeah.
And I drew a really freaking amazing
I tried to play that game.
Charizard. I have no record of it anywhere now, and it probably wasn't that great
I
anyway.
should play Pokemon on
You
Academy.
should.
Because I don't know how to
It
draw.
taught me so much.
I don't know how to draw very well at all.
That laid like some foundations for my art.
Yeah, I should play it. But, honestly, my favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Omega Ruby. The
Okay.
Gen 6 remake of the Gen 3 games. It had Mega Evolution like the Gen 6 games.
Is that the one we played?
No.
Okay.
You have to play the original movie.
I have no idea what I played. You see how big of an impression it made on me.
But I already loved the Gen 3 games because, as I said, that's kind of the first one I played on the Game Boy Advance. But then Yes, that's Pikachu.
He's so cute.
I love the Gen 6 games and Mega Evolution. Those are the first ones I fully beat, was the Gen 6 games, Pokemon X and Y. But Mega Evolution is the best gimmick they've had in a Pokemon game, in my opinion. Like, after that, they introduced more gimmicks. But, like, Mega Evolution is so much cooler. It's like, the other one's like, oh, you do one special move, you make your Pokemon big, or you change your Pokemon's type. You know, Mega Evolutions are like, it's so much cooler. It's like another evolution add on top, like a Super Saiyan form or something.
Yeah, you and I, we did not mention the other mobile game that we were like really into at one point and just sort of dropped. The trading card mobile game.
Oh yeah.
I was obsessed. Little mouse guy.
The Dene, is that the one you were talking about?
Was it?
I thought maybe it was.
It is one of
Probably.
the ones I like. I don't remember the one.
Oh wait, no. She was talking about the Sword and Shield one that can be like purple.
Oh.
I accidentally typed in... not accidentally, I was trying to look it up, and I typed in Pokemon Mouse 2 versions. I got that one. Not the correct mouse.
Morpeko?
Morpeko? Yeah! See, it's like another Pikachu variant, but it's also got a little duck variant.
His regular form reminds me of Hamtaro's friend.
Yes.
Yeah, one that made Pikachu clones.
I like little rodents. I like mice and hamsters and chinchillas.
Yeah.
I like the fluffy little rodent guys.
I like Gigantamax Pikachu, that one's silly.
Yeah.
Pika.
It looks like it's just fat Pika. That's all it is.
But
It's
giant.
just fat Pika. I mean, yeah, technically, but just any scale
the Gigantamax ones actually change their appearance. Meanwhile, Dynamax just made them bigger.
They just needed an excuse to sell something nostalgic.
Yeah. But I think Mega Evolution's a way better
that's
than
like the oldest thing. The
Gigantamax.
original Pokemon thing to me would be the little Pikachu plushie with the light up cheeks.
But there's a lot of hate.
Do we still have that?
We do. I'm not entirely
Johnny
sure
and I
where,
saw
but
it in the video
yes.
the other day, and I told him that we had it at one time. He wanted to go downstairs and look for it.
Yeah, I mean, if it probably is downstairs, and it's in one of the
I
totes.
assume it's one of the stuffed animal totes.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully, at least.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not it still works, but we do have it.
Could just need batteries.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know whether or not it would work with or without them, but yeah.
But X and Y to Skull and...
I was trying to say with like...
It's not possessed.
I was trying to say, I don't know if it'll work, like, just straight out of the tote, or if it'll work if you replace the batteries, or if it's just dead.
But X and Y to Skull and Vi, those are very hated Pokemon games, but
Okay.
those are the main ones I've played.
Can we acknowledge the game that's coming that I'm really excited for?
Okay.
The one where you're playing as the Ditto, but that's disguised as the human?
I completely forgot
How
about
did you
that.
forget about that already?
That
I
was,
forgot about that too.
that was a while ago we saw it. What they even called?
I don't remember what it was called.
Did
I
you see
forgot about that.
the Tamagotchi Life Direct the other day?
We did!
Yeah, I
that
watched
one might be buying it for me for my birthday, but they're saying they don't know because it's a $60 game and we'll need 2 copies of it. But yes, I'm excited for it.
Oh damn it, released in only a month.
Wait, what? Wait, how much is that game gonna be?
Pokopia.
Procopia?
$70.
Oof. Okay, you give me the other game, you get me
God,
this
that's
one.
a strange game.
That's way too much. Wait, no, that's like my... Oh my gosh, starting dinner and getting nothing but 2 games.
That's a strange game.
Okay,
You know, okay, you say $70, and it feels like a lot. Don't get me wrong.
I know that's like
That's a
the
lot.
price of a modern day game, and maybe adjusted for inflation,
no,
it's
that
not
older
that much compared
games
to your
cost that
stuff,
much.
but-
That's what I was gonna say. I remember when I got Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. What was that? 95 or 96?
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's just say 96. That game was like $80.
That's insane.
And $80 back then, nowadays, would be $167.
That's insane.
I'm not paying $200 for a video game.
When inflation is taken into consideration, games have actually gone down.
I've paid $100
become
for a
much
video
more
game, and I
accessible.
regretted it.
Even
I don't
NES
think I've paid
games
that
could-
much for a
even
game
NES
before.
games could be like $50 or $60.
I pre-ordered the deluxe edition of Starfield. I hate that game.
So you
Really?
figure like
I hate Starfield.
$50
Okay.
for an NES
It's a Bethesda game and it sucks.
in 1990. That's $127 now.
Gaming has become more accessible, and now it's becoming less accessible.
So it might feel expensive, but
Yeah.
not necessarily.
I truly don't think I've paid anywhere near any of that. I don't even think I've bought a new game for $60, $70 yet, because I really don't buy games. Last game I probably bought was like $40. A mobile game, actually. Okay, technically, yeah, if you want to count those, I paid like $4 for a game, but... No, what sucks is how expensive these damn games are, and they're switching to where the games aren't actually on the cartridges anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bullshit grift where
Yeah.
you get a cartridge, but the game's not there.
Yeah, there's like no point in the physical copy, and it's stupid, and I hate it, and it's too damn expensive. And if I don't own the game, why am I spending so
And even
damn
games
much
that
money
have a
on
physical
it?
copy, a lot of times still have a lot of stuff that has to be downloaded to make it work.
Yeah. But anyway, going back to about
Physical
how
media
X and Y and the Mon games are all hated, I definitely understand a lot of the complaints for LexiCon and Vi, and definitely agree with them, and
Do you
agree
still
that-
enjoy the games?
Yeah, but it's still an enjoyable game. It's
No,
still
that's
fun.
fair. That's like me and one of my favorite TV shows.
Like-
It's like, yeah, no, it kind of sucks, and I agree with all the complaints. But if we ignore all of that and just look at it as it is, as the show, it's wonderful. It's my favorite.
Literally, in Score and Vi, if you move like 10 feet away from anything, it'll start going from like 30 frames per second to like 5 frames per second of animation.
Oof.
It'll just start jumping around. It's
I hate
really poorly optimized.
That.
But I still think
How
it's a
much
fun
was that game?
$6. It's a Pokemon game.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, wow.
Sun and Moon are really fun.
No, can you
They're probably
imagine a
the
game like
best,
Sims
more modern
4?
Pokemon
That
games.
damn game, over $1,000 if
yeah.
you own all of it, and oh my gosh, that.
The most I've spent on a game is $200.
I would say on the
content.
fortunate side is I have not personally bought all of the stuff
I
for
don't think
Sims
I've ever
4.
spent that much on a game. That $8 for Yoshi's Island might be the most I've ever spent on a
Xenoverse
game.
2 and Odds DLC is about $200, but I've gotten some of that on sale and in packs and stuff. But yeah. There's also the Pokemon Legends games, which are really fun. I have not played ZA, I need to get that still. But it looks really fun, and brings back Mega Evolution! I love Mega Evolution!
Yeah, apparently Pokemon didn't release in North America until 98.
Damn.
Wow.
Like I said, I was 19 by then, I didn't care.
I would have been negative.
She would have
3.
cared a lot. If
Yeah,
she was
that
19 at that
Pikachu
point.
plushie was technically
She would be like, oh my god, Pikachu! I need to buy this game!
Yup. I mean, Pikachu will absolutely sell me on practically anything.
Yeah. There was a modern Pikachu game, like, if there was a new game with a Pikachu-like creature, you'd buy it instantly.
What if it was
Probably.
Contra, but you were Pikachu?
I'm down.
A little mouse shooting
You're gonna find that
Or
for the
Cuphead,
series
but
later this
Pikachu.
year. That's what we need.
Okay, we know your favorite Pokemon, obviously, is
Obviously.
Bulbasaur.
Yup.
Oh, that's really
I
tough
don't
to
remember
pick
what
for
he
me.
sounds like.
My favorite is probably just, like, Charmander. I know a bit of a basic.
I think mine's Rayquaza. I know I used to say Arceus, but I'm kind of a big Rayquaza fan now.
Others I really enjoyed, though, are, of course, Sylveon. Lovely Pokemon. And Lucario is really
Everybody loves
cool.
Sylveon.
There's also...
Yeah, there's lots of cool Pokemon.
freaking, what's his name, Zamazenta or whatever? The Pokemon Sword Wolf that holds a fucking sword in his mouth. I love that. That's Zacian or Zamazenta. That's Zacian, isn't it?
I'm gonna say, taking Pikachu out of those initial
Yeah, that's
starters,
Zacian.
so technically my second
a
favorite
cool-
starter
that's my favorite
would be
legendary.
Squirtle.
Zacian is easily my favorite legendary.
Wait, I pulled these up. Okay, so Squirtle from that generation. Gen 2, I'm gonna go Chikorita. Gen 3, Mudkip. Gen 4, Turtwig. And I mean Piplup. Okay, technically my actual ranking of Pokemon, hold up, is Pikachu, Turtwig, Piplup, so...
I really like starters.
Gen 4... They're fucking cute babies!
There's cute babies outside the stars.
Not a whole
You don't
lot.
prefer Pichu over Pikachu.
Facts. Pikachu is the original. Anyway, so I'm just saying Gen 4, really strong options there. Gen 5, technically Tepig is one I really liked at one point, but Oshawott. Gen 6, Fennekin. Gen 7, Litten. Gen 8, Sobble. And that's as far as this list went. How many gens are there? Are there only 8? No, that's more.
9.
Yeah, because where's Reed Cat?
Yeah. That's missing Weed Cat.
I
really
need
like
Weed Cat to
Fuecoco.
go with.
I love-
to go with Litten.
Okay, favorite star of every generation.
Hey, why are they there?
Oh, because like those are ones your rivals pick in games, I think.
Okay, interesting. That one right there.
And
somebody was selling a Squishmallow of it at an event I was at, and I didn't buy it because like I didn't need to spend it. But at the end of the day, it was like the giant one, so the seller really did not want to take it home. They would let it go for $4, and I was outside of the building. I would have snatched it up.
But anyway, favorite star from every generation. Gen 1, Charmander, easily. Gen 2, Cyndaquil, probably. Honestly, I think
You
Gen
like
2...
fire types.
I think Gen 2
Why
has
is
the
fire type
weakest
so popular?
ones. Because they're cool. Gen 3, you'll never believe it. Touching. I've been on a fire type for a while.
You have to like that one.
Gen 4, Chimchar.
I was gonna say that one's also.
He's also based on Sun Wukong, who is cool as fuck.
Okay.
Also what Goku is based on.
Okay.
I'll tell you all about Sun Wukong later.
Yes.
Gen 5, Tepig.
Duh.
Gen 6, actually, I prefer Chespin here. Oh, Groki.
I expected
Folky.
you to want Folky.
Folky is probably my favorite nowadays, but I really really like Chespin.
Is that the one that become that one character? I don't remember
The
which
ninja?
one. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's why he's
Oh,
probably my
Ninja
favorite
Frog.
nowadays, but Chespin was my original. And then Gen 7, easy Rowlet.
okay.
Rowlet is so cool. He evolves into an
I mean, yeah,
Archer
evolution,
Owl.
cool.
Archer Owl.
I had to go
And he's a
listen
little
to
owl.
go with the other one.
He's a little
What is the other
grass
one actually
owl.
called?
What other one?
Weed Cat.
I don't know.
I know it's
Sprigatito
something
or
S.
something?
What, Sprigatito?
That might be its final evolution. I forget.
Maybe, I don't remember either.
But yeah, and then after that, Gookie,
Gookie, yeah.
whatever. Yeah, the grass monkey.
Of those,
really
I
like
can
him.
draw Scorbunny the best, but I like Sobble the best.
And then for Gen 9, I went back to fire types with my boy Fuecoco. He has 0 brain cells.
He
Look at
does.
that man.
He does. He really does.
I think I even have a Fuecoco pop in my room.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah, he is so stupid. I
I know,
love
he's
him.
cute though.
I
He's
love
very cute.
Fuecoco.
I mean, if I wasn't a cat person, he'd probably be my favorite from that generation.
But yeah, I mostly go fire types, but I do enjoy a grass type every now and then. I really like Sceptile in Gen 3. Like, if Torchic wasn't there, it'd be Sceptile.
Yeah, okay, what is your least favorite of the starters?
Least favorite, Chikorita.
Chikorita, wait, which one is that one?
The grass one.
Yeah, I mean,
Gen 2 is weak starters.
it says
honestly.
the style isn't too good. My least favorite is Craxley.
People complain about the Gen 8 starters
I
when
mean,
frickin' Gen 2 is right there.
I'm saying
like-
that's nostalgia. That's what that is.
yeah,
That's
Gen 2 does
nostalgia.
not have good starters.
I mean, to be fair, when they first revealed Gen 8, I wasn't crazy about them, except for Sobble. But, like, the others have grown on me, so...
Gen 9,
Okay, your favorite
Gen
from
9
each gen.
it doesn't have... I think Sprigatito is a really good one, too.
Starting Gen 1.
If I don't go fire, I'll go grass. All the time.
You know, this is
Never
gonna be
water, except
more
for
off the
Gen
top
6,
of my
I
head
guess.
than anything. I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about it.
Yes.
Oh, we're just looking at starters?
Yes.
Oh, that would be a little quicker. Well, I mean, if I'm not going to count Pikachu, I'll take Bulbasaur.
Okay.
I don't know all their names.
Okay, describe
That's-
them. That one might
I
know
will
it.
if I need help. Chikorita, maybe. I don't know if I'm going in the right order.
Yeah, you are so far.
Well, I gotta go Sceptile because he's Mr. McGiggles from the playthrough. Probably Piplup.
Nice.
The ironic thing is I know Oshawott and Tepig. I don't know.
Snivy.
I kind of like Snivy best out of those.
I
do
like
some of
grass
Oshawott.
types.
I do like Oshawott's evolutions. I think his evolutions are really cool.
Oshawott looks squishy. Also, I think we had a little, like, plush one at one point.
And now to the point that I can't remember any of the names, but the
Chespin.
grass one there.
Yeah.
And then, oh, well, of course, Rowlet, one of my all-time favorites.
Easily.
Especially with his evolution. What's the third? Is Decidueye the third one?
Yeah.
I love Rain Trial.
This is so cool.
I don't really have a strong preference with the Scorbunny set. They're all fine. The same with this one, too. Like, I don't know.
The
Maybe,
last two.
maybe the Grass Cat.
He really likes grass types. You lean
Yeah.
water more, I think.
I do. What is
And then I lean fire.
Cutesy. We're perfect.
I'm fire, very often grass. If
Hey,
not
do you
fire.
know the types of the ones that I listed earlier? I know I said
Which
a few
ones did you say?
electrics, but like the chinchilla and the other one, the family one.
That's a normal type one, the family one.
I probably
don't
like
know what
normal
the
and
chinchilla
I
electric
will say,
one
too,
is.
talking about the grass types, Turtwig's evolutions are really cool.
Turtwig
Yeah.
himself is amazing. Look at that. I want Turtwig, honestly. He's so precious.
So you like the water types, I like the fire types, and he likes that. Alright, well, we know what we're picking if
I listed my top 3. My
that.
top 3 are electric, grass, and water.
Fire types are cool. I like fire types.
Yeah, no, nothing against fire types. They're not typically my favorite.
I wonder if Gen 10 I'll be picking a fire type or a grass type. Probably
Do
not
we know
the
how
water
long
type.
until Gen 10 at this point?
Probably not too long. It's just
hope
Pokemon game.
Yeah.
It's Ben 10.
Gen 10.
It's never that long between Pokemon games. We might get a remake of a generation before then, but
Do you think we could see it later this year? Or not till at least next year?
I don't know. Where's the last Pokemon game?
I have no idea.
I need to look at the series,
Okay.
like the timeline of it
I
too,
truly know nothing.
because they do have like a specific timeline.
And I just
before-
realized something perfect coming up.
Let's see.
What's that?
Well, I can't say much until we move away from Pokemon.
On the list.
Yeah.
I thought you meant something in real life.
No, that's... I mean, okay, wait. A game that I've been waiting years for is finally coming out in May.
It's actually typically been 3 years between games.
It was supposed to come
Ever
out in
since-
December, but they had to postpone it.
Ever
And
since
technically
Black
it's
and
only
White.
coming out to early access, but...
We've had like a game every year, but it normally goes like first year you get the game, the next year you get the update, then maybe like a remake or something, and then you get a brand new generation.
I was going to
Then
say, because we're
update,
getting, like, Pokopia
remake.
and whatever else this year. So, is it even likely that we'll see Gen 10 this year, or are they going to wait till at least next year?
I'm not sure.
Okay, cool.
They do have also add Legends games, like for the 8th generation you got Sword and Shield, then it's update, and then a remake, and then a Legends game, and then Scarlet and Violet you get Gen 9, and then it got 2 years of DLC,
Yeah.
and now Legends in 2025. So there is a decent chance we see a 10th generation this year.
But probably... We wouldn't see any, like, reveal/announcement until
This
at
year,
least the
probably
summer,
holiday
right?
time.
Well, yeah, because it would release
Yeah, or at least holiday
season.
time.
They
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 typically
usually
release holiday
do,
time.
yeah. Because that's half of why we normally get them for Christmas.
Yeah. So, there's a solid chance of seeing Gen 10 this holiday season.
Okay. That would be exciting.
Reveal maybe halfway through the year.
Need
best.
some new cute little squishy guys.
I'm okay. Locking it now. I'm gonna probably pick the grass type.
Follow
Why?
water.
I don't know
Maybe
why.
grass, but
I'm just
probably
feeling
water.
the Gen 10 grass type is gonna be a great star. And then releases and it's an ugly abomination. And I was like, oh.
You're stuck with it now.
What's like the worst thing you could imagine?
I don't know. It's a blob of leaves or whatever.
It's like a little blob
Like
of
a
moss.
slimy
It's-
blob of
it's-
leaves. Like,
No,
oh.
it's like
It's
a little
moss.
blob of moss, yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome, actually. I'd totally pick that. Dolphin reference. I'd love a little ball of moss.
I don't know what I would hope to see, honestly.
That's easier to pick than what would be bad, though. Well, what would be the bad grass type?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Like, what's the type?
We don't even know what region, like what place the next region's
Yeah.
gonna be
Someone
based
I
off,
know
'cause
really wants them to do...
Detroit.
They've already done, like...
I don't remember the
up
exact
there.
region theme or whatever, but they want something
Not
involving
Detroit, but
dinosaurs.
they've already done,
They want to see
like,
more
American
dinosaur
thing.
Pokemons.
I love dinosaur
Pokemons?
Yep.
Isn't Pokemon the plural of
Yes.
Pokemon?
But they always have dinosaur-like Pokemon every generation as fossils.
Yeah, but they're more like a focus of it, almost.
We're not gonna get that.
No, probably not anytime soon,
What?
at least.
Where haven't we gone?
I mean, we could honestly see something like that and see, like, dinosaur-inspired versions or something of some of the older Pokemon. Maybe not, like, an entire dinosaur thing, but more dinosaurs than typical.
Yeah, I have no idea where the next region will be based off of, because we have...
We need something magical
first-
and colorful
The first two...
and sparkly.
Is the first 3 all based on Japan?
And the broader one can be
Maybe in the
bubble-inspired.
I don't know where Sinnoh is based on.
I have
Maybe
no
the
idea.
first 4 are even Japan. I don't know.
Probably.
But 5 is based on more America.
Yeah.
Specifically, I think, like, New York.
Okay.
6 is French.
Yes.
7 is, like, Hawaii and stuff.
Nice.
8 is, the UK, unfortunately. 9 is, like, Spain or whatever.
Cool. They need to go to Australia next.
Hello, mate. I got my That's not even Australian. Don't say hello,
That's
mate.
not a Pokemon. This is a Pokemon.
I can't do an Australian accent. I can do a bad British accent.
Do a Brad British accent.
I'm Brad.
Hello, Governor. I'm Brad.
Hello, I'm Brad. How are you?
All right. Well. That's all the games turning 30 this year. How about a game series turning 25?
The same age as me!
Oh,
the same age I'm
You're
playing.
gonna be like one of these next ones.
That I'll have
yeah.
nothing to say about. Bum, 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 bum. Animal Crossing.
Yeah!
I won't have much to say about this either.
Shockingly.
I
You
have
played much
some
before
Animal
I
Crossing.
did.
I played New Leaf.
Yeah, I played with you. I had a little
Yes.
tent on your beach.
I know.
I played New Leaf, but
was
I
thinking, it's
I did
like,
not play
wow,
much
that's
of it,
correct.
honestly.
Yeah, that's the thing. You owned a New Leaf.
I enjoyed it a lot. I just never
And,
played it
home
much.
designer and all that.
They're fun. I do enjoy Animal Crossing.
And I, never touched those. And then New Horizons came out.
I did. They were really fun. I just didn't happen to play them much. I was just doing other things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, New Horizons is absolutely cute. I'm going to be honest, I haven't touched it in over a
You're
year.
gonna
Possibly
love the
2
new
years.
Tamagotchi life. It looks a lot like
There's a chance
New
I haven't
Horizons.
played Animal Crossing in at least 2 years. And I bought a Switch specifically so I could play it and
You
not
haven't
have to
played it
share
in a while?
with
Oh,
you.
you got so many weeds on your hands.
Oh yeah, that's like
Oh,
half. That's half of why I'm not touching it. I don't want to deal with those.
Oh, but this is gonna get worse the longer
I
you
know,
wait.
but it's been so long.
Oh,
I don't think they can be worse
Your
than they are.
villagers are gonna yell at you.
Oh,
know
not
that
my baby.
The
He's
original
never
Animal
yell at
Crossing in
me.
Japan was actually for the Nintendo 64.
Interesting.
And
Oh,
then
interesting.
they had a port for the GameCube.
Fun
later
fact
that
about
year.
the original Animal Crossing, it actually has like little NES consoles you can get with
I know, that's
the
really
NES
neat.
games.
It's just the actual original version, though. None of the
yeah.
virtual ports of it or anything include that.
Well, I wanted to mention.
Wait! I want to mention really quickly before you. Interesting thing about Nintendo 64, it's also turning 30 this year. It was originally released in 1996, and the GameCube is turning 25 this year. It was originally released in 2021,
Very
and the
nice.
Wii is turning 20 this year. It was
Damn.
originally released in 2006.
The
So
Wii is fucking 20.
3 different Nintendo consoles also celebrating anniversaries this year. The games from a lot of these series, of course, have appeared on these consoles, as we've said.
Yes.
I just want to throw that in there because we probably won't have a lot of time to spotlight the consoles. But,
Yeah.
and none of those. Oh, the Wii was pretty big. We did have a Wii
yes.
fairly early in its life. I was supposed to get a Nintendo 64 for Christmas, but they were sold out, so I ended up not getting one. And then less than a year later, Final Fantasy VII was announced for PlayStation, so I shifted to PlayStation.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII.
We did eventually get a 64.
And I never
in
had a
my
GameCube.
lifetime.
Barely even knew the
No,
GameCube existed.
we
in
need a
all honesty.
GameCube just for the fact that we have
Yeah.
so many and we don't
It has
have
a
a
handle.
GameCube. It's just like this big glaring hole
It has
in
a
our
handle.
collection. Okay.
I don't know why the GameCube has a handle. This is the only Nintendo console with a handle.
I don't know either. Not even
Yeah.
not even the portable systems have handles.
But the GameCube, you can carry that around. You can go to school carrying a GameCube, be like, hey guys, look at what I just got.
I mean, I'm sure the
Then you'll probably
GameCube
get
is
bullied.
very iconic to somebody, but to me, it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
really have the game library to hold up some of the other Nintendo consoles.
Yeah, it has.
I'm not saying it has no good games. I don't mean.
I mean, it
that
has
either.
Mario Sunshine, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess.
But it doesn't. To me, it doesn't have as great a library as just
Oh,
about
the original
any other
Metroid
Nintendo
Prime was
console.
GameCube, wasn't it?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because
Because
I guess also the Switch 2 is turning 1 this year. So
fun thing about the
There's a
GameCube
baby.
actually, it could connect to Game Boy Advances and stuff. It had like. It might have been an add-on or something, but it could connect to Game Boy Advances. Like,
Yeah.
Four
Yeah.
Swords,
it
Four
was an add-on,
Swords
yeah.
actually used full Game Boys as like the controllers, and you could like there was the big screen with the full links. Or when like you'd go into a cave or something, I guess you'd have your own little screen on the Game Boy.
Interesting.
Like Nintendo messes around with that stuff a little bit because there was like the Game Boy adapter for the Super Nintendo,
Yeah,
and then of course.
that's a really neat feature of the game.
Of course, the original Wii's were backwards compatible with GameCube games,
Yeah,
and the Wii U was backwards compatible with the Wii, and the Switch 2 is backwards compatible with the Switch.
yeah.
So they played around with some of that kind of stuff.
They need to just make one
There's
big console.
There isn't too much backwards compatibility between consoles these days. PlayStation is pretty backwards
No,
compatible.
PlayStation
Yeah.
was the first one I saw. It was when PlayStation 2 came out.
Like up to PlayStation 3 is all like fully backwards compatible, but PlayStation 4 I think isn't backwards compatible.
And then what? 5 is
Right.
is 5
is-
only to
5
4?
is compatible with 4. You
Yeah,
can't
that's
like
what I
put
was saying.
PlayStation.
I really
3
wish.
2
I really
game.
wish like the modern PlayStation could play the original like PlayStation or PlayStation 2
Yeah.
games.
If they
really
if they release
I agree.
PlayStation 6, which can play any PlayStation game, instant buy.
Exactly.
amazing.
I mean, like, we also have the release of the PS5 event.
PS5 still feels like it has no games.
Anyway, though.
They're talking about PS6 and it's like Seriously, this feels like PS5 barely even got anything yet.
Yeah, anyway, though, back to Animal Crossing. I was going to say something exciting. So, playing Animal Crossing, really exciting, etc. They did, like, 2 updates, and they're like, okay, yeah, we're done, we're not doing anything else. And everybody was like, Nintendo, why do you keep doing this? You suck.
They did that with a lot of games.
But then, they randomly announced, like, hey, we're actually going to come back and do a big update for Animal Crossing. They added in a bunch of new stuff very recently. This was just,
Splatoon 3 recently got a big update recently, too.
This was just last month, but in that they added in some of the collabs from like the amiibos and the older games, including the Zelda one and a Lego one.
Didn't they add Splatoon?
Yes, it was Splatoon, Lego, and Zelda.
Yeah,
but I was mentioning Zelda since that was
update.
Also on the list.
Splatoon's got a big update.
Yeah, I don't think Splatoon's celebrating an
irrelevant to any
exactly.
Of this. Splatoon was like, I don't know when Splatoon was.
Exactly. When was Splatoon though? Yeah, also, no, they added in, I think, maybe it was the second update, I guess.
2015.
Damn, he missed
That was
it.
last year.
Yeah. Anyway, they added in, like, a whole cooking thing and, like, gardening and crops and farming. But I think I stopped. The last time I played was, like, right after that update. I, like, started laying out a farming thing. I'm like, yeah, this is too much. And I left. I love to play other farming games.
You're gonna love Tomodachi Life 2 when it comes out. I'm sorry. You're gonna love Tomodachi Life 2 when it comes out. It looks so much like Animal Crossing.
It looks amazing.
And you get to create your own maze.
It's like a cross between the two.
It's like Sims and Animal Crossing.
Kind of.
They had a baby.
Kind of. Maybe a little more like My Sims and Animal Crossing. But like DS My Sims.
I really hope they add back the songs.
The singing, yeah, that's what I was about to say. That was
like, they probably won't because they probably don't want people making the most abominable song known to man and uploading them on the internet.
Been there, done that. I'll just do it with the old one. They better do it.
Yeah, but they probably saw that and they're like, we can't do this again. We can't have...
Okay, but they also can't destroy the copy I already own, so I'm just gonna keep doing it.
We can't have more videos.
No, if they don't add in singing, what we need to do, we need to load up the old version and just constantly make songs about how they need to add it in and stuff like that.
we
just
can't
spamming social media with that.
We can't have people make George Washington sing about how he likes sucking dick in a game. We can't have that on Nintendo Switch too. And then people do it anyway.
Exactly. People will figure it out.
I mean, you can already have them say certain things.
How many Animal Crossing games are there?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't think there's been quite one for every system since its release.
Maddie could check.
He does have a list up. I don't know if it lists correctly.
It shows the first.
If you scroll down, then like a list of games.
Most recent.
I have
I'm not sure
idea.
if it has them all listed.
Oh no! Like I said, I know you had. Oh yeah, there's like a new hotel feature and stuff.
Yeah, there's
an
a release
update.
timeline.
Okay.
Not specifying if any of these are ports or mobile games. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, is that one? Is Happy Home Designer Amiibo Festival one game or two? No, it's two different ones.
Amiibo Festival is a different game. That's like a Mario Party type game or something.
But it is an Animal Crossing game.
Might?
It's Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah, I feel like
was it like bundled or sold around the same time as Home Designer?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they're both 2015.
Yeah, I think you might have those as like a together thing.
I don't know.
6, 7.
Well, that would be your
8,
Animal Crossing game outside of
10. There's 12 games listed on the release timeline.
Okay.
Including the new Horizon Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Okay.
Which would not technically be a new game.
No.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
And also there's Pocket Camp and Pocket Camp Complete, which I assume would just be an update.
Well, no, I was going to say, you mentioned mobile games, so I remembered Pocket Camp. That's an Animal Crossing game that I haven't touched in like over a year, but I love it. The thing is, they released Pocket Camp. That was the mobile game. And it was super fun, super cute, but they finally decided they were going to take it down. They were done. No more online servers, etc. They were shutting down the game. However, they didn't just shut down the game. They then released Pocket Camp Complete, which was like, okay, yeah, you still want Pocket Camp. This is, here, have it, pay $10, you get everything there was, and like no online features, whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I like it. I bought it the day it released. I spent $10.
I like mobile games that when they die, they're like, here's everything that's left of it.
Exactly.
You still get to play.
Yeah, no, I'm not complaining. I was just explaining that it's the same thing. It's just what they did after they took down the original. So yeah.
Tomodachi Life was 2014. Can't talk about that either.
Damn.
Or 2 years off.
Damn.
But my Nintendo series was...
And then also Happy Home
Let me
Paradise
be on 2016.
but I guess that's just like DLC for New Horizons?
I think so.
Because it says New Horizons Happy Home Paradise.
Yeah, I think it was something.
Yo, in Japan,
Like that.
Metopia was 2016. We can talk about that. The successor to Tamagotchi Life, kinda.
The list we have doesn't go that recent.
Yeah, it goes like, it doesn't go more recent than 25 years.
Yeah, I think we've only got a couple more.
Metopia is a great game.
It's fun.
Especially the Switch. The original 3DS one I had fun with, but the Switch one is so much better for customization. You get there's like the wigs and the makeup that wasn't in the original at all. You
Okay.
only had the base Mii Maker.
Interesting. I think instead of jumping ahead, however
Okay.
many years
Sorry.
though, 15 years, we had a couple more in the 25 era.
Yeah.
Couple more celebrating their 25th birthday.
Oh, I must say for either of those.
Are we moving on now?
Yeah, I
Finish
think so.
Animal Crossing?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, the first one does feature your boy, Luigi's Mansion.
Yes, I have not played much Luigi's Mansion.
I was
I've
gonna
played
say,
a
have
little
you
bit of
never
Dark
played
Moon,
it?
and
What?
that is it.
How?
I haven't played any of the Luigi's Mansion games.
I have not even beaten it.
I mean, yeah, they exist. I don't play enough games to have played them.
That's all I really got to say.
But I'm
about it.
shocked that Gabby hasn't played
They
more
seem
of them.
neat.
They seem
Oh,
neat.
they don't like my style game that much.
Okay,
They're
interesting.
fine.
You've got to have something more to say about this next one.
Well, wait a minute. No, we shouldn't just completely overlook Luigi's
Well,
Mansion.
no.
I think one of the more... Is it the third one that has the two-player version?
I
The
think
one
so.
he plays like the little ghost guy.
Luigi, you mean?
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I forgot that I didn't have multiplayer.
I will say, too, a lot of these games that we talked about had games on... was it Nintendo Land for the Wii U?
Yeah.
We had the Legend of Zelda game, you had the Luigi's Mansion game, you had the Metroid game,
Forgot all about that.
you had the one,
I
coming
love
up.
Nintendo Land.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I thought that was good. That
I
was
really
what,
like the
That was
Mario
what
game.
inspired me to get the Wii U. I'm like, yo, this looks awesome. We got to get a Wii U.
I wish there was a modern Nintendo Land.
And I still defend the Wii U as a very good console, but that was what actually inspired the initial purchase of the Wii U.
Nintendo Land is genuinely a really fun game. Like, it's pretty much like a tech demo for the Wii U, but, like, it's really fun.
Yeah.
But, like, nobody cares about it because it's, like, a tech demo game for, like, Nintendo's worst-selling console, almost. If you don't count the
Crazy.
virtual
That was a
one.
good console, honestly.
And of course,
Yeah, the Wii U was good.
And of course, since I brought it up, and since you don't seem to have much to say about Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin was also featured
Yes,
in
I don't have
Nintendo
much to say
Land.
about that either.
You've played at least one of the
That's
games.
probably the
I haven't
only.
been
That's
Pikmin
probably the
3.
only Pikmin I've ever played is the one in Nintendo Land.
I've
Yeah.
played some Pikmin 3, have not beaten it.
To be fair, though, you do love some Pikmin Bloom.
I've not played that much recently.
You were so into it.
I
You
don't think I
sent
have
one
it
of your
installed.
guys so far away at one point.
He's stuck there. I have no idea why I sent him.
You just
I don't
dropped
have the
him in
game
another
installed.
place. No!
He's in the shadow realm.
No, the poor guy!
I never installed it. Like going on Google Play and
Yeah.
reinstalling Pokemon Bloom. Do I have Pokemon Smile installed right now?
I don't know.
I should. I use it to brush my
You're
teeth.
a little guy.
I haven't recently, but I like Pokemon Smile.
Oh, this
They didn't
app store is so
look,
weird.
I know Pokemon Smile is for like 3-year-olds, but they didn't update that for me.
It seems fun.
The 20-year-olds.
Like I said, it seems fun.
I get to brush my teeth with a little Pokemon hat on my head
Exactly.
and catch Pokemon by brushing my teeth.
Do you use Pokemon Sleep at all?
No.
Okay.
I don't sleep. I brush my teeth. I don't sleep.
Wow.
Sleeping is for losers.
Wow. Okay, there you go. You have both of them back on your phone. Now save your little guy!
I gotta...
Make sure your volume's off, though.
It is.
Okay.
And the dear both. I don't wanna. Don't get to know
abandoning your Pikmin like that. Pikmin is 25 years old, though. Even Luigi's Mansion, I do not think either of those were that old. I did not realize they were the same year as Animal Crossing.
I never gave either series much thought. Even Animal Crossing, I wouldn't have been able to tell you how long it had been around.
I'm saying, yeah, I don't think I could have told you exactly how long it had been around. But I did know it was an older
Some
game.
of these others, like Zelda and Metroid and Castlevania, I could have told you exactly.
Yeah.
Pokemon, I could have gotten close at least.
I gotta let Pikmin Bloom know
I
absolutely
would have
everything.
known
Honestly, I
Pokemon
didn't
was the
realize that
90s.
Persona was that old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly old game. Do not play Pikmin Bloom while driving. I'm not playing on it.
Driving?
Definitely no plans to drive anytime
I don't
soon.
think right now. People still play this game.
Didn't you say that is just the one person obsessed? Absolutely love. That's the
Miyamoto's
passion
obsessed.
project. Yeah, that this game is alive purely for Miyamoto. Purely because he wants it.
He's just sitting around like, damn, I wish there was a new event for this game. And the dev team here is like, we need to make a new event. Miyamoto's a single player.
He just walked into the office. Was like, hey, we need an event going, guys.
Look, he deserves it.
Fact.
We're talking about the godfather
it's
of modern
Miyamoto.
video gaming.
Exactly.
Had a hand in just about every iconic franchise.
Exactly.
Miyamoto.
20
Awesome.
years.
I say, look, there might not be any new downloads, no in-app purchases. He is personally funding it. The whole developing team is just making a game for him.
Including, of
That's
course,
it.
the first game we talked about on this list,
Yes.
The Legend of Zelda.
Gosh, that's
I'm naming this
that
Pikmin
is
Miyamoto in
40
his honor.
I mean,
plus
think
years
about
of
it.
legacy.
Think about it. If you're the person behind either The Legend of Zelda or Super Mario Brothers, I mean, that's your whole legacy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's behind both of them.
And so much
And
more.
so many other games. And so many other games that he even just touches a little bit of.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like he has a little bit of a hand in, Tetris coming to the Game Boy, and he has a hand in the development of Punch-Out, and
Even a little bit in Kirby
even
and
stuff that
stuff.
he didn't work hard, didn't mainly work on, he still had an influence on. So lots of
Yes.
love to Miyamoto.
Yeah.
And to video games in general.
Yeah. I love video games.
Same.
Alright, well, does anybody else have anything they want to talk about any of these game franchises specifically?
No. Not
I
any
don't
of these
believe so
specifically.
because I believe we missed the Sims anniversary as well.
I'm
When did the
sorry.
Sims originally come out?
I think 2000.
Oh yeah. Missed that by a little bit.
I think we've talked enough Sims on the podcast.
Didn't we do an
Early
entire
days of
Let's Play on the
we were playing The
podcast?
Sims, yeah.
We gotta revisit that one
The
day.
invisible dining room.
Yeah,
too.
Let me know the
Sims
anniversary of
2000.
that.
But you know what we didn't miss? Miitopia.
Miitopia's a fun game.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
enjoyed our stream of that.
Yeah. I have my own save file on Miitopia. I love making Miis and that. I really hope all the customization features in that would turn in Tom Dot's Life 2. It looks like a lot all. It, like, you have the face paint and
Yeah.
the hair options are pretty much the same as the wigs in Miitopia.
Yeah.
And I love making Miis and that. It's so much
Making
better than the
Miis was
original
always
Ma-
fun.
Like, the original Meat Maker is fine, but Miitopia's blows it out of the water. The Switch version, specifically.
The Switch
Blows out
needs
the
something like
water.
Mii's. I miss just picking them up and throwing them around the screen.
You can't do that in Tom Dot's Life! And then I hope Tom Dot's Life 2 makes the customization even better, honestly.
Yeah.
Miitopia has really good customization, but I want it to be even better from Tom Dot's Life 2.
Ooh.
The,
you just made me
the,
think
they're
of
technically
something.
out in the same series, but they are very closely connected, I feel. Tom Dot's
Yeah.
Life and Miitopia.
Is it something you want to share on the show or something you're just looking up for yourself?
I was curious for the show. Okay, that's not what the information I wanted, though. I was trying to find some of my mobile games when they came out. But I don't believe they were the
Oh.
correct thing.
Those.
Yeah, because, I mean, the company was 16 years ago. And then I think the games are like 2014, 2018, stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
alright.
Alright, well, I mean, we just kind of scratched the surface of some of these franchises. We hope you enjoyed hearing our thoughts. Let us know your thoughts in the comments and on our social media. And stay tuned for more information on the upcoming LexiCon Comic-Con 2 coming your way this November. And, of course, come back next time when the conversation will continue. But until then, I will continue to be Maddie.
Lexi.
Dylan.
And this is LexiCon Concluded.
Bye.
Bye.